Ow, that's really hot. Obviously, it's carbon fiber, it's leather, it's so relentless. It runs 8,000 RPM, it's always there. It is, it is awesome. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we are checking out this awesome Ferrari 488 GTB. We borrowed it at Dutch Dream Cars Rental, a new rental company which allows you to rent your dream car, because they have this 488 GTB. They also have the Porsche GT3 RS, and they also have an Audi RS6 Performance. They do a lot together with Ride, which is the company we also worked together with to drive the Ferrari F430 recently. And they also are going to start a cooperation with Streetgasm, which will allow you to rent a car, use one of their supercars to drive a Streetgasm event in the Netherlands. So if you want more information about Dutch Dream Cars, you can check out the website. I'll link it in the description or the top comment, and of course you can also call them to find out more info. But big thanks to them for allowing us to drive this 488 GTB. So today I'm going to show you around it, show you all the cool stuff on it, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to receive updates when we upload a new video. So let's start with the outside. This is Rosso Corsa, which is a beautiful color. It is a very nice deep red. And well, the 488 of course is the successor to the 458, so it has big shoes to fill. But I actually think it looks better than a 458. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous Ferrari. The way they designed this is just genius, because a lot of clever aerodynamic stuff is happening on, around, underneath this car, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I like it's so aggressive with these big fenders, those big hips at the rear. It is gorgeous. So we've got a new front splitter. This car was designed to generate 50% more downforce compared to the 458, but also reduce aerodynamic drag. So they wanted to press it down much more, but don't press it down in a way that means that it goes slower, if that makes any sense. So we've got a new front splitter. Some of the air is guided into here, and some of the air is guided underneath the car. Now I don't know if I can actually see that here, but they have a completely flat underside with some vortex generators. They work to reduce the air pressure underneath the car, which increases downforce. So it's really clever stuff. We've got these beautiful 20-inch wheels with Ferrari carbon ceramic brakes. Absolutely massive 398mm brake discs at the front. Beautiful wheels. Really nice, with Michelin Pilot Supersport tires. Always great to have. The Ferrari shield, beautiful. We've got a black roof combined with that red, and then the black right there is really nice. So we've got these side pods, big air intakes. This is an homage to the 308 GTB, and it is divided in two parts, as you can see. The top part guides air towards the turbo compressor intake, and whatever is left comes out here next to the rear light. And this means that the air pressure here behind the car increases, and that reduces drag. And the lower part of the air intake channels air to the intercoolers just to cool the charge intake. But even these door handles, which are nicknamed the shark fins, are designed to clean up the air that comes up here and to direct it into the air intake. So it is, well, there's so much going on this car, and it all has a reason. So form follows function, but the form is pretty damn good in the first place. So yeah, it definitely works. At the rear, we've got a channel here, so air is guided into here and comes out underneath here. Again, to improve downforce, reduce drag, and you don't need like a raising spoiler or raised spoiler on top of the car at the rear to get the downforce. Same goes for the massive diffuser with that F1 style reversing light in there, which looks beautiful. It is so gorgeous, and I actually believe that these silver flaps are part of the active aerodynamics. But I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that is what it is, and it looks really, really cool. The rear lights and this part in particular is really one of my favorite parts about this car. If you drive behind it, it just looks so aggressive and hunkered down. It is really, really impressive. It's absolutely beautiful. I think because of, you know, the whole turbocharged thing, that people were really focused on that. And, you know, fair, because it is a big change. But I think the fact that this car is one of the best looking Ferraris ever is kind of overlooked because of this. And this is a 3.9 liter twin turbocharged V8. This is also where the name comes from. Every cylinder is 488 cc's, so hence 488 GTB. And it is the first mid-engined supercar that has been turbocharged since the F40. So it is a big change, and it was a big deal when they went from that 4.5 liter V8 naturally aspirated 458 to this. And well, today is also about finding out what that means for this car. How does it feel? Is it less good compared to a 458 or any other naturally aspirated supercar? It is a beautiful thing to look at though. The engine is actually not there. It is down there, so much lower. But this is so cool. Everything from this Ferrari badge right here, that 488 GTB with the horse, the prancing horse, this beautiful oil reservoir. Ow, that's really hot, obviously, really smart. This red with those Ferrari letters, the logos, so freaking cool. Absolutely love this car. Now let's take a look at the interior, because this too is really nice, and there are a couple of reasons for that. One, these seats, they are freaking beautiful. I really, really love them. They are really nice and snug. You've got these outer parts for your legs. It just looks like a racing car seat. I don't know if we can actually tilt them. Yeah. They've got a carbon fiber back, which is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, they are some serious bucket seats, and I can actually fit my tall ass body in here and sit very, very comfortably. The second thing why this interior is so nice, I think, is because of its simplicity. It combines the simplicity with the fact that it makes you feel really special, and that is really hard to achieve. So you've got this beautiful center console down here, all carbon fiber, running all the way back to there. You've got some more carbon fiber there, leather everywhere, and of course this gorgeous steering wheel. Let me start it up so I can show you guys. It is a beautiful steering wheel with LED shift light indicators. Everything is on here. We only have the pedals behind the steering wheel, so even your lights, the suspension, the indicators, the wipers, and of course the Manettino drive selector. And the starter button, of course, it's carbon fiber, it's leather. It is really, really beautiful. Now, we do have a nice surprise today, or a nice addition, which is the fact that we have a Capristo exhaust. So this is valves closed. and this is valves open. So we're just going to keep them open, of course. So let's put the Gear Truck 7-speed gearbox in first gear, and we'll put it in manual mode, and we're off in the Ferrari 488 GTB. Now, as I said, the seating position is really nice. You sit nice and low, nice and snug, and you really feel part of the car, which is very, very nice. Let's start with why this car was so controversial when it came out. It went from that naturally aspirated engine to a turbocharged engine, meaning that this car was never going to sound as outrageous as the 458 did. Now, of course, it doesn't sound as good, I'm not going to say that, but for a turbocharged engine this sounds pretty damn ridiculous, especially since it runs 8,000 RPM and it's got that Capristo exhaust. I mean, of course that helps, but still, this is a proper sounding V8, and part of the driving experience, why it's so good, is, well, of course it's mental fast, but also because they used aircraft grade titanium for the turbine wheels inside the turbos. This car, the throttle response of this engine is just ridiculous. There is no turbo lag whatsoever. The time it takes this car to go to full power when you floor the throttle is 0.8 of a second, and that is only 1/10 slower than it was in the 458. So yeah, turbo lag, no, not really. Oh, it's such an aggressive car. It just picks up and goes. It's so relentless. So it is with good reason that this engine has won Engine of the Year twice. This F154 V8 turbocharged engine, 3.9 liter. It is a really, really insane turbocharged engine because it's always there. Fourth gear, fifth gear, it just pulls. It's so insane. This car also has the side slip control system by Ferrari, which means that you are allowed to slide it around a little bit with the traction control on, and it sort of helps you to look like you're a driving god. Taking into consideration all the parameters of around the car, so the suspension, the E-diff, the gearbox, the steering angle, the throttle input, all that stuff. It takes all that into consideration and, you know, makes you feel and look like you're a driving god, which is cool. But actually, when you turn the systems off, it's still really, really rewarding to drive because the chassis is so good. And that is one of the things that amazes me most about this car, and why I think it's so freaking impressive is because it is a really fast 670 horsepower mid-engine supercar, and it just is not intimidating. It is so freaking fast and so not intimidating. It just feels like a regular car when you drive it around. When you give it some power, it is so fast, but it's so controllable as well. are at the Autobahn. We are going to see what this car feels like at high speeds and of course see how fast it gets there. Full throttle. Yes. Oh man, this thing pulls like crazy. Look at how easy this car does 300 kilometers an hour. Ceramics doing their job. Brakes are really nice. The pedal feel on both the throttle and the brake pedal is super nice. Here we go. So we actually measured this car at 5.75 seconds from 100 to 200, making it the fastest stock car we've tested. Road mode engaged for these bumps here. 333. Oh, what a car, what a machine. Man, oh man. This is seriously impressive. The way this thing goes, the way it slows down, the way it handles, it feels so agile. The steering is really fast, but not nervous. Those gear shifts, so freaking fast. So it does 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. Top speed is 330 kilometers an hour. But man, what an impressive car. And what an experience to drive this first turbocharged mid-engine supercar from Ferrari since the F40. I mean, for sheer speed, this thing is up there with the best of them. And I really like the sound of it as well. It sounds almost industrial, like it's very purposeful, you know, it's not making any unnecessary sounds. It's just, this is it. And it is seriously rewarding. I mean, it's not as exciting as a naturally aspirated engine, but man, what a car. So, if you want to experience the Ferrari 488 GTB for yourself, you can rent it at Dutch Dream Cars, and I would highly recommend you do so because it is awesome. What an awesome car. As I said, they also have an Audi R6 Performance and a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which is also super exciting and super nice to drive, but for speed, I mean, it can't really compete with this car. Man. This thing is ridiculous. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As you can see, we are racking up the Ferrari content. Yeah, it is just really great to drive all these Ferraris. So big thanks to Dutch Dream Cars Rental for allowing us to drive their 488. To you guys, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right here. You can also check out this video or go check out this playlist. See you at the next one. Bye.